So I came for a walk outside. While I'm sitting inside, I'm doing a lot of thinking, of course. I'm thinking to myself, how do I become a professional YouTuber? How do I get to the point to where I make great videos, have great thumbnails, and have great descriptions? How do I get it to that point to where people want to click the video or click on that thumbnail or whatever? So when I look at what I do compared to what other people do, yeah, sometimes I have a really good video that I get a decent amount of views on, get comments, this and that, but they're very few and far between, right? I don't know if any of you've watched some of my videos, you realize that some of them are not very good. They don't exactly get great views or great comments or great thumbs up or anything like that, right? But what we do get is we get experience. Every time I do a video, every time I try to create a thumbnail or come up with a good description, I gain experience. I gain a little more knowledge. I might actually gain a few subscribers or some comments or watch hours or whatever, periodically. But I think the point I'm trying to get to here is there are people that do videos, post them to YouTube, get a lot of views, a lot of comments and everything. And you realize, you start to think, are these people, are they doing this full time? Are they relying on this for an income? Or do they still have their full-time job elsewhere? Or are they still doing their 9 to 5? Or have they gotten to the point to where they can actually turn on their camera, talk to it, upload a video and get thousands of views and get a lot of watch time and get everything that they want out of it? Not everybody can get to that point. But I think that if you put your mind to it, you can do anything you want to do. Each individual has their own talents, their own experience, their own ability, their own ways of doing things, their own outlook on life, their own viewpoint. I think anybody who wants to, anybody who really desires to and puts their mind to it, can have a successful YouTube channel. I've seen where some people say, just make a video. Don't worry about the quality. Don't worry about, is it a good idea or is it a bad idea? Don't worry about this or that, right? They say, just make a video and post it. People will watch it. Then others say, no, you got to plan. You got to come up with a script. You gotta, really do some thinking and, make sure that your clothing's perfect, your hair's perfect, make sure the background's perfect, that you don't, break any copyright laws or anything like that. And then others are like, I think I'll just make a video and post it. Kind of like I am now. That's what I do. I wandered outside to get some sunshine, looking around. But earlier today, I was in there, sitting in the dark. Well, not really in the dark, but inside. Fluorescent lighting doesn't qualify as good light, good sunshine light, in my opinion. So I was thinking, comparing, I guess you could say, my set of circumstances. My set of circumstances may be totally different from yours, totally different from anybody else's. My set of circumstances are, I only have so much time during the day. When I say a day, I mean a 24-hour period. I only have so much time during a 24-hour period. But I have the same 24-hour period as you do, as other people do. It really depends on what I want to do with that 24-hour period. So, time management. I have to manage my time. I have to keep from getting stung by that wasp that was sitting over here next to me. Anyway, I need to focus. I need to think things through, and I need to just turn on the camera and do something. And when I get done, just post it to YouTube, right? So that's what I'm going to do today. And I think that's what you ought to do today too. Don't worry about all the, days of planning and days of setting things up properly and days of this and that, because days will go by and you won't get nothing done. Something will come along and get in your way. Something will divert your thoughts. Something else will take up your time. So just get your camera and start talking. Sometimes things will just roll out of you. Thoughts will pop into your head and you will just have all kinds of things to say to that camera, to your followers, to your subscribers, to your viewers. And other times you really got to think about it. You got to work at it. But for me, I don't know. Usually whenever I think about things and I plan things, by the time I get around doing it, it's nothing like I thought it was going to be. Absolutely nothing like I thought it was going to be. Because circumstances change. The weather changes. How you are dealing with your time changes. How many helicopters fly over your head? How many wasps come and invade your territory? So anyway, I think your title and your thumbnail are the two things that really attract viewers. The subject of the video, of course, is important. What you do and what you talk about, all that good stuff. But you got to market it. You got to package it. Like when you go to the grocery store, like here's a perfect example. You walk down the aisle at the grocery store that has cereal boxes. And look at all those cereal boxes. Look at all that fancy packaging. Right? If you buy one of those cereal boxes and take it home and you pour the contents into a container and you throw that packaging away, are you still as excited about that as you were when you first saw it? Probably not. Because all that flashy packaging is what they use to sell that product to you. That flashy packaging lured you in and you bought it. And when you're done with it, you threw that packaging in the trash, didn't you? But you bought it. And that's how YouTube is. You see the thumbnail, you see the description. That's the fancy packaging. It lures you in to sell you on watching the video, to sell you on providing them what they're looking for, and that's the watch time, right? Or maybe they may have a link for you to go to their I don't know, Amazon thing to be able to purchase a product that that they recommend or something like that. But still, it's fancy packaging. Your thumbnail and your description is what lures them in. The contents, you know, it's just like a box of cereal. The contents might be crunchy and good, sweet or salty or whatever, and they may enjoy it. But once the contents is consumed, they don't care about that fancy packaging anymore. At least not until they go to the grocery store again and look for another box. So, I don't know, think of it like that. I don't know what else to say. I'm just rambling. Talk to you later. Bye.